Welcome to the weekly meeting. Today is Saturday, November the 8th. So let's get started to see what's going on for the week. All right, first we have GBP JPY. We were looking for GBP to pull up JPY to pull up into this supply zone here. So if I go, I think there was a lower this daily supply zone. So we're still looking for GBP JPY to buy back up into this daily supply zone. We have this break of structure here. So we have our swing low here, which means this is now my demand zone. So I'm looking for price to sell down into this demand zone to then buy up into the daily supply zone. So currently, based on the daily, we have this break of structure here. We have this supply zone here. So now let's narrow that zone down. I'm gonna just mark up this one right here. So for next week, I'm looking to see price pull back. Let's go to, I'm looking to see price pull back somewhere in here to then continue to buy to the upside. Yeah. So as we can see, price looks like it might be pulling back some. If it's going, it may just come back and retest this initial break to then create a new level of structure. So it may not come all the way back, but this is where I would like to see it come back to before buying to the daily demand zone, supply zone, sorry. So that's what I see for GJ. Any questions? All right. Now we have weekly for GU. We already know higher time frame. We're expecting price to pull back to our 78.88 zone. Because higher time frame shows us that we're still in bearish structure. So we're looking for price, and here is a clear, and let me zoom in so y'all can see that. This is a supply zone that I would be looking for price to pull back into. So with that being said, we have this break of structure here. And then we have our swing low here. And then our swing high. So price is pulling back. We would like to see it come back to a discounted zone. Okay. So if I zoom, go to my daily. So we have this higher time frame break of structure here. And then we have the internal, and let me just mark it up. So we have this higher time frame breakup structure here in bearish structure. And then we have this internal structure here. So if price is pushing back, um, we're still in this internal bearish structure. So we would be looking for price to pull back somewhere up in this zone to then continue selling, or price could pull back to this supply zone and then continue selling. So once price got to this zone, I would need to see some shift in structure to either sell it from here, or if no structure is being shifted, then continue buying it up into this zone to then sell it from here. And of course, if it breaks this high, then we'll be looking for buys. Any questions on GU? Oh, hold on. And I forgot to say. So if we're going to look for sales, of course, we're looking for sales in two. I think I said that. The discounted zone, preferably 78 or 88 for me. Um, and then to buy it back up into um, that daily supply zone. And either we're going to get a sell all the way back down to this low, or price is going to break this high. We'll get the sell back to, if it breaks the high, we'll get the sell back to um, probably this demand zone here to then start moving higher, to buy higher. But one day at a time. Let me see something. So this is buying back, pushing back up, or buying back up. Um, this has broken structure on the 4-hour, or shifted structure. So there's a market structure shift here. All right. So with that being said, here's the structure that I would be looking for price to pull back into for a buy. Um, so this is probably the move for next week. The pullback to continue buying up. At least to this zone. um, and then once price gets there, then we have to look and see what the structure is given. So that's what I see for next week. And then there's a little 15-minute demand zone here. Um, so yes, so that's what I see for GU. Of course, unless it breaks this high, then it has created a new level of structure. And then you can look for the pullback to then start buying. Um, Goldie. Goldie. So on gold, um, we had, so we're kind of in bearish structure. We're in this bearish structure here. We had this break right here. So now we have this swing high here. But if I go down in the time frame, price was buying up, and then it started shifting structure. So I'm expecting to see a sell on um, on gold. And let me go to the 15-minute. So we were pushing up, and then we started shifting structure, pushing up and then shifting structure. So there was a 15-minute, and I'm just going to mark it up with this. So that's where price came back to. So I'm expecting price and market will probably open and probably give a huge gap to the downside for the sell. So I'm hoping so it can take me to TP. And if not, then we'll look at it when we get here. We'll look at it on Monday, Sunday night, market open. So that's what I see for gold. But right now it's really consolidating. We'll have to see what happens when the market opens. To see which direction it's going. Any questions? For US 30. Let's go to the weekly. So we have a bearish weekly order block. Price did tap into this weekly demand, but I still think it's going to start selling again. Although we're in this bullish structure, we're in this current bullish structure here. So price could sell down a little bit more into a discounted zone. So now let's go to the daily. So we had so once we had this shift, this break of structure here, price pulled back to this zone. And I think on the 15-minute, because I marked that up for a reason. And then once we had the break of structure here, price pulled back into this 15-minute supply zone and then started selling. So now we're currently in this structure here. We're currently in this bearish structure here, but I think price is about to I think price is probably about to take out just because of this impulsive move. So, or to come and just take out this high to sweep. It may just sweep the high. But as of right now, I would be looking for this pullback to then sweep the high and then see what happens, depending on the structure. It could be going back up to this zone again because we're in this bearish structure here. So price could be pulling back into this zone, or it's going to respect this bearish structure right here. So we have to take it one step at a time. Any questions? Okay. I think the same thing is happening with the NASDAQ. We had a bearish weekly order block. We're currently in this bearish structure here and looking for price to pull back to, I marked up this 1 hour demand zone. So price could either pull back to somewhere in this zone here before selling. I do think it may take out this high here, or it may just come up here and start selling. Just this based on the structure. So same with this one. We have this 15-minute demand zone here. So if you're trying to get in for next week, I would be looking for price to pull back and at least buy up to this zone. It's like 260 pips. UJ. Let's look at the weekly. Let's look at overall. So last week was bearish, but I think that might have been a pullback. Let me see something. If this is the break of structure. If this is the high, that means this is my swing low. All right, so now this is my swing low. All righty. So now, based on the 4-hour structure, we have here, price pulled back, and now we have this structure here. So, price has pulled back into this little minor level of demand. So, let me go down to the 1 hour. Athena,
Oh,
you have a question?
I'm sorry. No, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
oh, no problem. No problem. No problem.
In the car.
No problem. So right here, we're currently right here, right now. Um, the last level of structure was this right here. We had price come here, price break structure, and then price shifted structure, right? So price pulled back to the zone. Um, we're in this bearish structure right here. So price could pull back into this zone to either continue selling or it's going to break this high and then keep buying, or break this internal high and then keep buying. But there appears to have been a shift in structure here, the pullback, and then a possible continuation. So I would definitely wait for price to show you what it wants to do. And because there's also this bum, bum. We're in this 1 hour structure here. So price could pull back to this demand here before buying up. So I would definitely wait. Because it came here and then started selling down. Yep. I would either wait for price to either break these highs or come back to the zone and then buy up to this high. It's like 200, 230 pips. That's UJ. Um, for Euro AUD, let's look at the weekly. So I think we were expecting a sell from this tapped into, hold on. Oh yeah. Okay, so I think we were looking for a sell. So higher time frame told us that we were in this bearish structure. Price came back to the supply zone. I think it was a 78 or 88. I think it was a 78. Mm-hmm. And then started shifting structure. So now that it shifted structure and pulled back to our 78, or it hadn't hit the 78 yet, but it has pulled back into our premium zone. So as of right now, it's this weekly structure right here. Is in this weekly structure and it's been consolidating. I probably wouldn't even be trading this because it's just been consolidating for weeks now. Um, I don't know what to say. Um, yeah, this is probably something I wouldn't be trading. Price pull back into this zone here. So this is the swing high. I mean the swing low, and this is our swing high. This is just noise in the middle. Pull back to this demand zone. It hasn't taken out this high, so I probably wouldn't even be trading this. For EJ, we have a weekly. So this was our break of structure. We're in this internal structure, bullish structure here. So let's go to the daily. Based on the daily, we're still in this daily structure here. So either price is going to break this high or break this low. Let's go to the 4 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour. I would even look at this right here. Somewhere in this zone, price should come back to, which it did. But you look at the overall structure right now is bearish. You look at the internal structure. You had this break of structure here, and then this market structure shift. So price could come back, buy into this zone, and then sell some more because we're still in this bearish structure. So, um, so if we're still in that bearish structure, oops, price is in a discounted zone. So until it shows you a shift in structure, which currently is this break of structure and this swing low, until it shows you a shift in structure, then I wouldn't be looking for the sell as of yet. Of course, if this breaks this high, then we have another level of structure, pull back. You just have to keep following the structure, wait for a shift, and then get in for a sell if it's going to sell. Or you just buy until you can't buy no more. Um, this thing is driving me crazy. You just keep buying, looking for a break of structure, break of the high, break of the high, look for a demand zone, keep buying. There's also a little supply zone up here, so it could buy all the way up into that zone. Any questions? All right. GA. I think this is the same as the EA. Same thing. Price is currently within this structure. We're still in this bearish structure. I still feel like price is going to pull back a little more. Probably somewhere down here. So I would be looking for price to continue selling down into the zone before buying up. So we don't know how far this is going to buy up into the zone. Let me go to the daily. Yeah, of course, I would be looking for price to pull back somewhere up in here before selling, but that's not always going to happen. So it could come in, fill this gap here or not, and then start selling. I just feel like it's still it's gonna keep selling, so I would be looking for sales instead of really the buy. All right. Uh Silver.
Tina,
Yes. Who's iPhone? You have a question? That's a no. Okay. Um, Silver, I think it's probably is doing the same thing that gold is doing. Um, I think it's probably gonna sell. It's looking like it's probably gonna sell. It appears that price created some level. Let me turn this off. Some level of resistance here. This is the structure, the daily structure. Price broke structure here, pulled up, broke structure, price pulled back, didn't take out the high or did not close above the high. So I see it. I I see it selling. I see it selling. Same as gold.
to where though?
I mean, I would at least sell it down to
That low.
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And if I go down in time frame to 15-minute, I think there was a demand zone. You can take it all, see if it'll go all the way to the low, or at least take your TP here and then see what happens. Mm-hmm. Yep. Or you can just take it here. You could, are you in it? Are you in a cell?
No.
Okay. Or you can take your TP here at this demand zone. Um, and then see if it breaks this low. If it breaks below here, then you know you'll get a pullback to then continue selling. That's what I see for now. Let's see how many pips that is from where it is.
I don't see an entry though.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to wait for the entry if you're not in already.
Mm-hmm.
Because this would have been the breakup structure. In his zone right here would have been the entry.
I was hoping it was going to take out the high from yesterday. I mean, from day before, but it didn't. It stopped like right below it.
Oh, um,
You see that?
mm-hmm.
It may screech and turn back around.
Maybe it could. I mean, it gave a slightly bullish order block. I don't know, but um, yeah, yeah. I'm not the I'm not, I'm not that girl. Sweep of the high, low, mid. So in my mind, that just created a lower high that it didn't take it out. So
Yes, but maybe on the 1 hour or so.
then
What
it,
was that zone that you just marked up? The
so
second one?
um this high here, and then this
No.
is the
Yeah, but that black, yeah, that
oh,
one.
this one here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was on the 15-minute structure. Looking at structure on the 15-minute.
But it tapped into it already.
Yeah, that's what I said. If you're not in it already, you probably missed it. You're gonna have to wait for the structure to form. So that means you'll have to wait for price to break this low. So price would need to break this low, and then you look for the pullback to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Euro USD. Let's go to the weekly. I think this was the same as GU. We're in this bearish structure, looking for price to pull back to this supply zone. So within that bearish structure, we're in this bullish structure. Price broke structure here. That means this is our demand zone here. Price is either going to pull back to the zone or shift and create new structure. Then shift and create new structure. So until you get a shift in that structure, like I said, I think it's going to sweep this high or even take out the high, close above the high. Then I would be looking for a shift in structure to then sell it back down to one of these demand zones here or here. Because if price breaks this high, that is a market structure shift. I think, oh no, this high. This was the low, price broke structure here. So this is our swing high. That's the swing high. Okay. So price could keep buying up into here, take out this swing high, and then start selling. If price closes above, then I would be looking to, once you get a shift back into the zone, sell it down to either this demand zone or this demand zone here, to then buy it back up to these highs or wherever this high was created. Because once it shifts structure, it is going to pull back to a premium, a discounted zone, to then continue buying. However, if it does not shift the structure, let's pull this back in. If it does not close above this high, then you're looking for a shift to then sell it back down to these lows. So you have to take it one step at a time, and the current step right now is on the 4-hour, we have this break of structure. We have this break of structure. So this is our current swing low, and this is our current demand zone. So price is come here, it broke structure. So you're looking for price to pull into a zone to then sell back down into the zone. And then possibly take off, of course, identifying the structure. All right, that's it. Any other questions? Any other pair we missed? Anything? Anything? Going once, going twice. Didn't.
Thanks, Kim.
You're welcome. All right,
Thank
Kelly.
you.
You're welcome. Elfie, I'm gonna text you.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Thanks, Kim.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye, y'all.